Welcome back, guys. Dr. Derek King here with YourBrainChild.org, educating parents for student success. Most of the people who watch this channel are interested in getting their child accepted to college. Well, the 3 keys to college acceptance are grade point average, your ACT, SAT scores, and specialization. Well, today we're going to talk about one of those keys, and that is the grade point average, because what gets measured gets improved, and we want to give you every advantage to get your child accepted to the college of their choice. Let's get started. Understanding how to calculate your child's grade point average is critical to getting them accepted to the college of their choice and actually expanding their chances of getting accepted to a top tier school. So, for the sake of this video, our target grade point average is going to be 3.5. The reason why I'm choosing 3.5 is because that's the minimum threshold to get accepted to the top tier schools. So, we want to keep all the options open for your child. Your child's grade point average begins from the time that they enter the 9th grade, their entire high school career. For the sake of this video, we're going to talk about the most used calculation of grade point average, and that is the unweighted 4-point scale GPA. Okay, so in the 4-point scale, every A receives 4 points, every B receives 3, every C receives 2, every D receives 1, and every F receives 0 points. So in a grade point average of 4.0, that would mean that a student had all A's. Also, for the sake of this video, we're going to talk about the academic GPA. The reason being because that's the GPA that colleges actually use to calculate your student's grade point average, and that is how they determine who's going to get accepted and who's not. If you were to look at your child's transcript right now, if they're a high school student, what you would see is 2 columns, and that is your total GPA and academic GPA. So in that total GPA, there are a lot of things that colleges simply don't consider. So for example, what they don't consider is PE, physical education, performing arts, including theater, art, or anything like that, high school sports or sports training or something like that. They simply don't calculate it in the academic GPA. Health classes, any student aid or student helper class. The reason they don't do that because college acceptance is about determining whether or not your child academically can perform at their institution. Within the academic GPA, what is considered is the core classes, okay? And that is the core classes of English, math, science, the social science, and any foreign language other than English. So in calculating your 4-point scale GPA, it's an unweighted GPA for most schools. And what I mean by unweighted, you have a weighted GPA. So sometimes you'll hear that a student had a 4.5. That's a GPA beyond an A, because what they're taking into account are, different courses. That is an advanced placement course or an actual college course. So for the sake of you understanding how colleges actually calculate it, they only calculate it on the unweighted 4-point scale standard for the most part. So here's an example. A child has all A's in their core classes. So in those A's in those core academic classes, that would mean they have an A in their English class, an A in their math, an A in their social science, an A in their science, and an A in their foreign language. So that would equal 5 A's. So what you would actually do is you would give them a 4 for each A, and that would equal 20. You divide that by 5 because it is an average, and it would equal a 4.0. That child will have a maximum A score on an unweighted scale. Now, let's use an alternative. Remember, our target is a 3.5 at a minimum. Now, let's look at this child's report card. So in this child's report card, they received 2 B's, an A, and 2 C's. For a lot of people, without calculating it, they would think that GPA is pretty good. But let's go ahead and calculate it and look at our 3.5 target. So for the first C, they get 2. For that A, they get 4. For the B, they get 3. For the second C, they get 2. For the second B, they would get 3. You add those all up, that equals 14. Again, you divide it by 5. 5 equals the number of classes, and that would equal a 2.8 GPA. So here are 3 keys to improving your child's grade point average. Number 1, no missed assignments. I know this sounds pretty obvious, but look at the great effect that it actually has on your child's grade point average. So in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to make it very simple. Let's imagine your child got an A in one class and then a C in another class. Again, we're going to take those and add the total. So the 4 plus the 2 equals 6. That would equal a 3.0, because 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Okay, so that would end up as a B average. Let's take that same circumstance with a missed assignment, and that would equal a 0 or an F. Okay, so that would mean they got a 4 for the A and they would get a 0 for the F. So 4 plus 0 equals 4. Divide that by the 2 and it equals a 2.0. You see how drastic that is? It'd be better if your child had an incomplete assignment, which I'm not advocating for, than an actual missed assignment. And tip number 2, ask for extra credit. Establish early on with your child's teacher when you go meet with them that your goal is that the child gets the highest grade they could possibly earn. And extra credit may be a part of that. So if your child gets a B on an assignment and maybe they can write a 1-page paper to get that B to go from a B to an A, then you want them to do that. Or that C to a B, you definitely want them to do that, because the minimum grade that you want to get, if you could just keep this in your mind, would be a B. That would equal a 3.0. And that would mean every A would pull that B stronger. Every C pulls that B down. So remember, our target is a 3.5. So let's do those two things. Absolutely no missed assignments, and ask for every extra credit that you can possibly get. So I hope this video helped. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss any of our Sunday and Thursday conversations. Also, don't forget, if you have any questions, please go ahead and share it in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video with a friend. And our question of the day: what other tips do you have relative to calculating or improving a child's grade point average? I'm Dr. Derek King, and on behalf of all educators, I want to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for staying so focused on your child's academics and helping them to understand the critical keys to getting accepted into college.